On April 30th, 2007, a 37-year-old mother of two vanished from her home in Plainfield, Illinois. She didn't take her car, she didn't use her phone, and she has never accessed her bank account since. And despite years of investigation, Lisa Michelle Stebic has never been found. This is the story of Lisa and who she was and how her marriage unraveled and the unanswered questions surrounding the night she disappeared. Lisa Michelle Stebic was born on May 19th, 1969. Friends and family remember her for her infectious laugh, her devotion to her children, and her strong sense of responsibility. Lisa graduated from Libertyville High School, attended Southern Illinois University, and later transferred to Kendall College, where she earned her degree in hotel and restaurant management. At the time of her disappearance, Lisa worked as a food assistant at Lincoln Elementary School. She lived a structured life, pretty routine, and the routine really mattered to her. Friends would say she would never abandon her children, and she had no history of mental illness or any health issues. Well, in the early 90s, Lisa met Craig Stebic. After they met, they dated for a while. Then the two decided to marry in April of 1993 in a small wedding ceremony in Jamaica. For years, they appeared to be building a traditional suburban life. They eventually settled into a home on Red Star Drive in Plainfield and had two children together, Zach and Lexi. But behind closed doors, the marriage was falling apart and unraveling. The marriage began to be in crisis, and by the early 2000s, the relationship had become deeply strained. In March of 2002, Lisa began legal proceedings to have Craig removed from the home. In court filings, she described him as unnecessarily relentless, cruel, inconsiderate, domineering, and verbally abusive. She stated that his behavior was scary, harmful, and trauma to their children. So those are some of the most dangerous times. And one of the things about this case is that really frustrates me. There's a lot of distractions that happens before, during, and after Lisa goes missing. And despite all those efforts, the couple continue living under the same roof, which is a very dangerous situation to be in. Financial stress added to the tension. Their home was mortgaged for more than it was worth, and Craig was later laid off from his job. Seemed like things were falling apart for the couple. And in October of 2006, police responded to a domestic disturbance at the Stebic home. No arrests were made, but it marked another documented sign of instability. Friends later revealed that Lisa had begun attending counseling at a center for battered women and was actively planning to start a new life on her own. Clearly, the signs are there, and clearly, she is asking for help and she's telling people that something is really wrong and she needs help. But the day before Lisa vanished, on April 29th, 2007, Lisa had a private conversation with her neighbor, Lori. Lisa asked if anything happened, her children would be sent to the neighbor's home. It was a quiet request, one that suggested Lisa believed something was very wrong. On April 30th, 2007, began like any other day. Lisa worked her usual afternoon shift at Lincoln Elementary, leaving around 2 to 2:30 p.m. After work, she stopped at Jimmy John's on Route 59, something she did regularly, before picking up her son from Walker's Grove Elementary School. She arrived home around 4 p.m. Craig later said to police that he returned home at approximately 5:40 p.m. and claimed this was the last time he saw Lisa, which was around 6 p.m. And according to Craig, he gave the children money to bike to Walgreens for candy. A distraction. He worked in the backyard, and then when he returned inside, Lisa was gone. Lisa normally worked out in the evenings at Plainfield North High School, going 3 to 4 times a week. Craig suggested she must have walked or gotten a ride because her car was still parked in the garage, which would be something out of character for Lisa to do. Another distraction. Lisa never arrived at her workout class. That evening, Craig took the children to Target to buy a birthday gift. Lisa was never seen again. The next morning, on May 1st, 2007, Lisa failed to show up for work. Craig began calling her coworkers around 8:50 a.m., asking if anyone had seen or heard from her. Later that morning, a neighbor, not Craig, Concerned by the drawn blinds and the uneasy silence inside the home, reported Lisa missing at 10 a.m. Police arrived at the Stebic residence, and key details stood out immediately. Lisa's car was still in the garage. Her cell phone and purse were missing. No phone, bank, or credit card activity has ever occurred since. In the days and weeks that followed, police searched local lakes, including Lake Rennick, wooded areas, and state parks. The family's cabin in Michigan, they also searched there. Craig initially allowed police to perform a forensic analysis of his computer, but that cooperation soon ended. After that, on May 8, 2007, Craig refused a polygraph test. He declined all future interviews and would not allow his children to be interviewed. On May 20th, 2007, police discovered blood on a tarp inside Craig's 2002 Chevrolet S10 pickup truck. Some media outlets reported the blood belonged to Lisa, though police have never publicly confirmed the results. On July 12th, 2007, Plainfield police officially named Craig Stebic the sole person of interest in Lisa's disappearance. Authorities had stated they do not believe Lisa left voluntarily. They do not believe she had an accident. They believe she came to harm. A grand jury convened in 2007 of November, and Lisa's two children, just 10 and 12 years old at the time, were called to testify, although no charges were filed. In July of 2007, a leaked video showed journalist Amy Jacobson at the Stebic home using the family's swimming pool. The footage sparked lawsuits and controversy, distracting from the investigation. Another distraction once again, which I'm really confused, and I've tried to find out some information on this incident and why it was such a staple in the disappearance of Lisa. At this time, I don't have any further information on that, but if I do, I would definitely come back and update. And just months later, the disappearance of Stacy Peterson dominated national headlines, pushing Lisa's case out of the spotlight. Once again, another distraction. And this is so frustrating. About the mysterious disappearance of Lisa and where she is. Lisa Stebic didn't vanish without warning. She spoke up, she made plans, and she was trying to protect herself and her children. And someone knows exactly what happened to her. If you have any information regarding the disappearance of Lisa Michelle Stebic, contact the Plainfield Police Department or submit a tip through NamUs. So please share your thoughts and comments below on what you think happened to Lisa Stebic. And please hit the subscribe button, the comment, and the notification bell if you love this type of content. That way you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. I'm your host, Lisa, and until next time, stay safe, stay aware, and take care.